الرحمن علم القرآن خلق الإنسان علمه البيان.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
وعليكم السلام.
نحمده ونصلي ونسلم على رسوله الكريم. أما بعد. My dear respected brothers and sisters, last Friday I was talking about how our beloved Sahaba Kiram Ridwanullahi alayhim ajma'een dealt with their salawat, with their prayers, and how we deal with our prayers nowadays. And there was a point that I wanted to make, that Imam Ibrahim Nakha'i rahimahullah, he mentions that in the previous times, in the past times, when the people, they wanted to acquire knowledge from someone, they used to first investigate who that individual is. And the main thing that they used to investigate was their prayers, their salawat. That when they used to pray, they used to look at their prayers. How is that alim or that mufassir or that muhaddis or that faqih is praying his prayers, the mechanism of the prayer, right? That was the first thing that they used to look into, and other things as well. And then when they used to see that this individual is following the Quran and the Sunnah, and then they used to be in their gathering and in their majalis. And today, if we look into our prayers, unfortunately, and then let's say in this time a person comes up and says that I want to marry your daughter, or I want to marry your son. If that individual, that man or boy, we know clearly that he drinks alcohol, or that individual is involved in gambling, or that individual is involved in riba, in interest, what the answer will be? We'll say no. The parents will say, I don't accept, because you are a drinker, that is haram in Islam. You're involved in interests, that is haram in Islam. You are involved in gambling, or whatever business you have involves gambling. We're not going to give our daughter to that individual, that person. But in today's day and age, if someone comes up and says, I want to marry your daughter, and we know that individual does not pray, is not in the habit of praying. But when we look into his incomes, he has a business, he has a good job, everything is perfect, he has his own house. What will this parents will do? Bismillah. Yes, we're ready. We do not, and we know that this person is not used to praying. Maybe sometimes he fasts. But when we look into the income, the dunya, he has everything. And what will come in our mind? That this person will keep my daughter happy. But we do not realize not praying is a big crime. good deeds, we all know, it has levels, right? Not every deed is equal, it has levels. You do this, it has a higher level, you get more reward for it. And the same way with the sins, with the kabair. There are small sins, big sins, and even in the big sins, it has different levels. When we when we hear about khamr, drinking, oh yes, no, this is bad, haram. When we talk about interest, gambling, zina, we say no, there's nothing, this is haram. Stay away. But when it comes to a person not praying his prayers, we don't feel nothing. We have totally different attitude. We forget not praying is a bigger crime. Not praying, I'm not saying that it is okay to drink, it is okay to be involved in gambling. I'm not saying that. It is haram, no doubt about it. But as I said, there are different levels, even among the kabair, among the major sins. Not praying is also a major sin, and it is a bigger crime. So nowadays our attitude has become that when someone comes and asks for the hand of my daughter, and I know that that individual does not pray, is not in the habit of praying, but his income is nice, it's very good, his business, what business do you have? This, oh, you, mashallah, you have invested your money in the good places, you have few houses here and there, you have few business here and there. I would be happy to give my daughter to a person who does not pray. And then what happens, we forget about this, that one day that my daughter or my son will have children in the future. Their tarbiyat, their upbringing, we forget about these things. So the value and the importance, the point here is the value and the importance that the Sahaba had, the Tabi'een, Taba Tabi'een had. We don't have the importance and the value of the day-to-day prayers. Remember a few weeks ago I mentioned about Dajjal, and I mentioned about it that Rasulullah says that Dajjal will come and the Dajjal will stay in this world for 40 days. And then Rasulullah said the first day will be equal to a year. Second day will be equal to a month. The third day will be equal to a week. And then the rest, 37 days, will be equal to any ordinary days that we pass. When the Sahaba heard it, the first question came in their mind was, كيف نصلي يا رسول الله Subhanallah. Ya Rasulullah, how will we pray in those days? If one day is equal to a year, second day is equal to a month, third day is equal to a week, how will we? That was the first question. Can you imagine the importance, the value that they had? Let's say if today, this hadith, this is the first time that we will hear the hadith. Let's say we never heard the hadith, and the first time that we hear this hadith today, that in Dajjal, a fitna will come, he will stay here for 40 days in the world, and the first day will be this much, the second, the third, and all this. What will come into our minds? 40 days, let me have my vacations on those days. I will see my cable TV, my internet is paid. We will have these types of things coming, weird type of things will come in our mind. The prayer will not be in our lists. Because there's a calculation for the prayers, right? sun rising, setting, winter, summer, the time changes. What about a day that will be equal to a year? Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, قَدَّرُوهَا تَقْدِيرًا. You have to figure it out. You have to calculate it. Just like people calculate prayers, even in today's day and age, where they're living, they have 6 month days, 6 month nights, day and day and night and night. So how will they be? Because in the day there's no night. So no Maghrib, no Isha, no Fajr. It's all sun. Maximum will do Zuhr and Asr. So how will they calculate? So the ulama has said they have to calculate the nearest country. They have to go by their schedule and their timetable. Right? So khair, you have to do your best. So what I'm saying, the point is that look into our situation nowadays, that when the prayer comes up, we don't feel that importance of the prayer, that I have to leave everything and I have to go to pray. And the Sahaba was thinking about the prayer at the time when there was the greatest fitna of all. We must have heard of the assassination of Hazrat Umar radiallahu anhu. Khalifa Sani, Hazrat Umar radiallahu anhu. A coward Majusi, Persian Majusi, killed him. And when was the time that he picked? What was the time? Huh? Anyone knows this? Fajr Salah. Because these coward people know that when the Muslims are in their prayer, that's it. They are so much focused, you can even steal from them. This is what they had in their mind. That when they are standing in their prayer, they're so much attentive and focused in their prayers, attack them. When they are standing in their prayers, steal from them. Because they cannot do anything. They're all focused, they don't even know. So when that Majusi, he had a dagger and he dipped it in poison. And when Hazrat Umar radiallahu anhu, when the Jamaat is going on, hundreds of Sahaba, he came and he stabbed Hazrat Umar radiallahu anhu. Hazrat Umar radiallahu anhu said, this dog killed me. And even that, they did not panic. Can you imagine that? Hazrat Umar radiallahu anhu took the hand of Hazrat Abdul Rahman ibn Auf radiallahu anhu to bring him forward so he can be the imam, because he was stabbed and all the blood is coming out. He couldn't stand. And it was poison anyways. So all the poison going into the bloodstream of his. Hazrat Abdul Rahman ibn Auf, they did not break the prayer. He stood, he shortened the prayer, of course. Shortened it, and then they finished, and then they took Hazrat Umar radiallahu anhu. They were giving him milk. The milk was going out of his stomach because the dagger and then the poison. It was stabbed, and then when the Majusi was going out, he was stabbing others as well. Of course, not to be caught. They did not lose their minds. But he was becoming unconscious. So this was like around the 27th of Dhul Hijjah when he was stabbed. For he lived for 3 days. So first Muharram, he passed away. So he was becoming unconscious, as it happens. Because people did not want him to go in unconsciousness, so he would not wake up then. They were trying to keep him awake. So Hazrat Abdullah ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu said, I know how to keep him awake. He came close to Hazrat Umar and he said, Ya Amirul Mu'mineen, as-salah. Ajib, these people were... He said, Ya Amirul Mu'mineen, as-salah. He woke up. Just with the prayer that, my prayer will not, I'm not going to miss my prayer. So in first Muharram, Hazrat Umar radiallahu anhu woke, he tried to make wudu. At that time, he passed away. So look at our salat. When the salat time comes, there's nothing comes into our hearts. Our hearts are dry, hard. And then forget about that. When we are missing our salah day to day, and then they're becoming qada, we're missing it totally, we have no feelings that we have missed something. This shows us the level of our iman, where is it gone? Can you imagine that? And these Sahaba, why do we mention their stories? So we can boost our life. Our iman can be a bit, we can boost it. The first everything that will be questioned on the day will be our salawat. When Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam also was on his deathbed, what was the last words that he uttered? As-salah wa ma malakat aymanukum. As-salah, prayers, meaning take care of your prayers. Don't be lazy about it. Wa ma malakat aymanukum, and make sure that you take care of your right hand's possessions. What does that mean? If whoever is under you, you take care of them. If you are a father, you take care of your family, your children. If you are a mother, you take care of your husband, your children, his house. If you are a boss, you are a CEO, you are a manager, whoever is under you, take care of them, give them their rights, do adl, do justice. But the first thing he mentioned, as-salah. So how important this action in Islam is, this practice in Islam is. But unfortunately, we have put this action way back in our day-to-day life. Yes, it is not easy. Even, this country we're living in, I'm talking about if we're living in a Muslim country, let's say, we're living in our countries. Even in those countries that is a Muslim environment, there are Muslims, and at every corner there are masajid, at every corner we listen to the azan from multiple masajids. But yes, today, in this day and age, it is not easy to practice Islam, to practice our deen. And especially living here, it is not easy to raise our children in these types of countries as well. But it is our responsibility. There's no any excuse. We have to make an effort, we have to try. What should we do? We should be talking, having a conversation with our children, showing the importance to how important this salat is. Number one. Number two is, now before sitting with them, we need to be an example. It is not that like, I'm not praying and I'm telling my child, you have to pray. Will that be an effect? Zero effect. Zero. I'm smoking and I'm telling my child, don't smoke. The first question that he will reply, Dad, you're smoking, why are you telling me to stop? So when our children are not going to see their mothers, their fathers praying, how will you expect your child to be praying? If your fathers and mothers are not coming to the masajid, how we expect our children, our young teens come to the masjid? It's very simple. It's not rocket science, what I'm talking about. We need to be the first example. If someone becomes a doctor and then tells the child, look, son or daughter, become a doctor. They will say, I want to. So you will give them the importance and you show the importance to them. the value of becoming a doctor or engineer or whatever. Whatever you are, you want your children to be. So you have that knowledge, that expertise. So the same thing, when you are a musalli, you are continuously praying, then you can tell them the importance of prayer, how important the prayer is in Islam, how it differentiates between the Muslims and the non-Muslims. How is that this action will be the first to be questioned on the Day of Judgment? But if we are not, we do not have that mahal, we do not have that environment in our homes, we do not that environment of coming into the masajid, bringing our children and telling them the importance of the salawat to pray with Jamaat, then how our children will be coming to the masajid and praying? And it does not happen, my brothers and sisters, that when they come into an age 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and then now you, dad and the mothers are woke up. At that age, now the parents have been awake. And then coming to the imam and saying, Imam, he doesn't pray, he doesn't wake up, we try our best. Imam doesn't have a magic wand. That, here, touch this son or touch it, you'll become a musalli. It does not happen like that. That is why I always say, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam has ordered us to teach your children from the age of 7 so that they can get into a habit of praying, because prayer you cannot be in the habit of it if you are doing it from the beginning. Turn to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, my brothers and sisters. It has to be 5 daily prayers. Khamsa salawatin kulla yawmin wa layla. Allah has given us 5 daily prayers, day and night. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4. If someone has the habit of praying 1, 2, 3, less than 5, don't be satisfied. Never be satisfied if you're praying less than 5. Because 5 daily prayer will be questioned. If you're not praying any type of less than 5, we're in big trouble. When Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam sent Hazrat Mu'adh ibn Jabal radiyallahu anhu as a governor to Yemen, very beautiful hadith. It's a long hadith. He was walking with him, and Hazrat Mu'adh was crying because he knew that this is the last time I'm going to see Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And he gave so much beautiful advice and asking, what will you do? What will you? So the first thing Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said to him, establish 5 daily prayers. Against our laziness, against the comfort of our beds, and whatever we are doing in our day-to-day life, leave everything. It's just 5 minutes, it's 10 minutes. No matter how busy that individual is. Just remember about busy. If Allah has kept someone busy so much in dunya and has no time to fulfill the responsibilities that Allah has given for us, of course a person is busy in life, earning his day-to-day life. That is also something good. But when it comes to our day-to-day salawat, the basic things, and if a person has no time of praying and saying that I'm so much busy, this is a type of a azab, a punishment for that individual. That Allah is not giving the tawfiq and the ability to stand before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So leave everything, brothers and sisters, when the time comes. And teach your children. Our days, our age is gone. Here we are living, more than half of our life has passed, has gone. Now the next generation is coming. If we are not going to push them, emphasize, put the value and importance of our salawat, the masajid will be empty. The home will be just like, as Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, don't make your houses as graveyards. What does that mean? It means that no prayer, no zikr, no tilawat. It's just like a graveyard. There was a post that I saw once, a long time ago. There was a bodybuilder who was picking up weights. And he has good heavy guns on him, right? And on that post it said, there was a question, that you think that you're strong, and then in the bottom it says that lift your blanket at the time of Fajr. If you cannot lift your blanket, meaning coming out of the bed and for Fajr, even though how many weights we pick up, we're not strong. A strong person is what? Who can lift his blanket and his comfort out and wake up and go to pray Fajr. That is a strong man. Leave your work at Zuhr. Leave your work at Zuhr, get at that time, that break, that you can pray. If it's easy, come to the masjid. If you cannot make it, pray at work. Leave your work at Asr, that closing time of it. The closing time, leave everything, pray Asr. When you come back tired, work for Maghrib, the whole day you have not seen your family, you're enjoying the company of the family, leave that for a while, go for 10 minutes, go pray. You're extremely tired, sleepy, have to wake up early morning, pray Isha. Allah gives sleep, Allah gives the energy. It is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is not me and you that we sleep and we have this and that. We sleep 10 hours, we sleep 8 hours, even though sometimes Allah wills, He does not give the energy. If a person sleeps 4 hours, 5 hours, he gets the energy of the 8 hours. It is all about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If we follow our life, according to the Quran and Sunnah, everything will be easy. Everything will be maintained. If we do not, we'll be in problem. Right? Now the question is, how many of us in Ramadan came so much into the masjid? The answer, I'm not going to ask an answer here. Everyone knows the answer. And then after Ramadan, how many are coming? Come, bring your children. These are the times, these are the tarbiyat that you're going to give. Every day you take them to school, they go to school. You make sure that there's no any absent written in their records. And so many absents are here in the masjid. Please bring your kids, bring yourself here. Bring them in this environment, right? And the last thing, just to want to make an announcement, a couple of them. One is daily after Isha, I don't know, I might change, I will kind of announce it maybe after Maghrib, but we're still having tafsir 10 minutes. 1 ayah, 2 ayah, not that much. I'm not here I'm gonna sit for half an hour, make people bored. So 10 minutes tafsir Monday to Thursday, number one. Number two, halaqah. Today, of course, we're going to have the halaqah. We have every Friday after Maghrib. Maghrib is at 8:05. But why am I mentioning this? I'm starting a series of the diseases of the heart. So please participate, brothers and sisters. Bring your children as well. They listen. It's very important. And the other thing I like to mention, inshallah, I'm starting a course called Purification. But I'm just mentioning this. We're going to, inshallah, I'm going to mention the time and when, once a week. It's going to be once a week. And there will be a Google form that you have to fill it out. Those people who are brothers and sisters, both brothers and sisters, who are very serious having this course done, inshallah, will begin, and we will all, inshallah, when I'm going to announce it, everyone will know, inshallah. Jazakallah. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillah rabbil alamin.